Hi, I'm David Hamburger, here with the next installment of my TrueFire blog, and today we're going to check out a lick inspired by the playing of pianist Tommy Flanagan. This lick is in the key of B flat. We're playing on a 12-bar blues with a straight eighths feel, and the lick goes over the turnaround from 5 to 4 to 1, or the last 4 bars of the form. Check it out. Here it is again. Okay, like many of our licks, this can be broken into 3 pieces, mostly because we're playing over 3 chords, from 5 to 4 to 1. But what's really particularly cool about this lick, I think, is that it manages to spell out all 3 of the chords one by one without ever leaving the basic home pentatonic position of B flat. So you'd be here to play sort of basic blues stuff, and this lick actually fits all in this one position too. And we start by playing over the F chord with a bit of a pickup, and we're here, and you can see that as some notes out of the pentatonic scale, maybe the 9th added there, B flat. But if you look at it in terms of F, we got the root, and then flat 3, which we're bending up with a quarter tone bend towards the major third, to 4, to 5, to 4, to the bend again, to root, flat 7, root. And the count is 1, 2, 3, 4, downbeat of measure 9. And this is almost like, I mean, you hear Freddie King and people like that when you're on the 5 chord. But here we're using it in a straight eighths context, and obviously a pianist like Tommy Flanagan wouldn't be bending that note, but that sound is kind of what he's implying, I think, anyway. And so that's the F lick. Then we hit E flat, and that's just spelling out a little E flat triad, root, thinking in terms of E flat now. There's the root of E flat, hammer on from flat 3 to 3, over to 6, 5, 3, root. And then for B flat, we get into B flat just a little bit before the measure where the B flat chord is actually heard. But here we are with the root. Now thinking relative to B flat. Root, hammer on flat 3 to 3, 6, 5, 3, root, 5. I've slowed it down, and what actually happens here? Yeah, that's it. Come back. Root, hammer on flat 3 to 3, 6, 5, root, 4, 3, root, 5, flat 7, root, 5. So it's cool because the E flat does just this, and the B flat basically takes that and repeats it and then develops it. Okay, so there's your 3 moves. F, E flat, B flat. And here's what it sounds like again with the track. Okay, and one thing, those 8th notes, they're pretty steady. Da, 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 da. And one thing that's going on is if you give them all the same weight, it sounds kind of just like machine gun. Not that interesting. You have to sort of, there has to be a little give and take where some notes weigh more and some weigh less. So the way you accent the notes has a lot to do with the feel and making it groovier than it would be if you just gave them all the same amount of emphasis or the same amount of weight. So just check that out as you're working on the lick. So that's it. Yet again, one of the great things about this lick, if you're just hanging out in a pentatonic vein, those moments where like you're just grooving with pentatonics, and then here comes this lick where you run the changes on the last 4 bars. It's kind of a cool effect. Okay, that's this week's lick. Thanks for watching. For TrueFire, I'm David Hamburger.